Hey guys, so I'm doing my update for New World. It's been about a little over a week since I started playing it, and I actually really enjoy it. It's mostly a gathering game, and then end game is the PvP. So I have been having a lot of fun gathering, but now it's getting a little bit tedious and boring. I've been holding off on doing the main quest line because I'm waiting for my friend to play with me during his off hours. So, in the meantime, I've been doing the gathering. I've been leveling up all of the professions, which you are able to do in this game. All the professions, all of the life skills, which is really fun, but it's still cheaper to buy the good gear off the trading post as opposed to making it yourself. Each area has its own main city, or they call it a settlement in this game, and you can have the city quests, the town board quests, and your faction quests. And I love all the different options. I do basically as much as I can of these. There's also the corruption spots to clear out within each area, but I haven't done those yet because it's recommended to be level 25 and have the Azure staff, which I don't have yet because I haven't been doing the main quest line. Well, I'm not at that point yet to do it. So yeah, I'm initially holding back on leveling because I was waiting for my friends. So every time I level the map rep, the area rep, with each settlement, I wouldn't choose like increased experience. I'd choose like decreased taxes or increased rep gain with that area. But now I really want a PvP, so I'm kind of like reprioritizing what I want to do and changing that around to try to maybe level faster and changing it to an increased experience every time I rep level. So talking about PvP, of the three factions that are offered, I chose the Syndicate because I like their philosophy. I mean, I would have chosen Marauders, but the main guy said something like, "We can conquer because we can." And I don't know, I'm really not a fan of that. I'm more a fan of like logic and reason, and there's a reason for doing something as opposed to you can do it or just because you can. So it turns out Syndicate is hugely popular on my server, so yay me. I guess I made a good choice. So every time the big Syndicate companies call for gold, and they're legit, I'm always like donating gold because I heard that it's better to buy the territories initially as opposed to fight for them later with the war. And I really want to buy a house. Like, I keep trying to save up gold to buy a house because I really want to start furnishing it and seeing, what I can do in that aspect of the game. But I also want the Syndicate to be the most powerful faction. And apparently, when you want to change your faction, I guess you can change your faction once free or something like that, and then it's 120 days after that. But you can't change it to the most powerful faction. So I kind of like that because I hate it when people just like they give up on their faction or their guild and they just switch over because it's more powerful and they would just want to tag along someone else's tailcoats. Is that what it's called? I don't know. So and that's another thing because it's such a low population server. No one is max level yet. And I kind of like that because I enjoy leveling and I kind of like taking my time and, seeing everything you can see about the area, all the different quests, and just kind of like playing through it as opposed to people who can afford to stay home and spend hours playing it and getting max level the first day. That just kind of ruins the game for me a little bit because it just means that it's not as challenging as it could have been. And I know it's really what you get out of it, but still subconsciously it kind of bothers me a little bit. So, because no one's really max level yet, if any wars are declared within the areas, no one can really do them yet because I guess the invading army is like 50 to 60 or something like that, somewhere near max level. So, I don't really check out the forums for the game, but I did yesterday because the game is down for a patch, so I wanted to see what it was about. And I read that there's a lot of hate about the PvP on the forums. So the way it works is there are PvP missions that are given by the faction leader in each settlement, and these fight a territory's control, thus scheduling a war for your faction to take over, you know, depending on how many PvP quests are being done. And this apparently competes with open world PvP, but I haven't done any of the PvP yet. I kind of suck, so I want to actually level as much as possible before I buy and invest in some awesome gear and weapons. And it's also really nice because everyone can talk in global chat. It doesn't matter what faction you are, you can still talk in global chat. And I'm just afraid if I try to PvP and I'm super terrible, they're just gonna call me out in global, and I don't think I could live it down. I'll just be like, yeah, I'm pretty terrible. I'm new. So anyways, that was basically my update. The only things that I'm not a fan of that are kind of annoying in this game are that when your settlement or when your area is going, that you're currently in is going to war, if you open up the map, you get a pop-up, and then if you close out of the pop-up, you close your map and you open it again, the pop-up comes up again constantly. So that's irritating to me. And the other thing that's irritating is that when you're tracking an animal, possibly like a rabbit or a turkey, sometimes you'll be tracking a dead one because someone's already killed it, but they haven't skinned it, so that can be irritating as well because the system still hasn't updated on your tracker that it's not there. It's not a huge issue because they respawn so quickly, but sometimes that does happen. But anyway, as soon as I get to max level and start PvPing, I can make another video update. So hopefully that'll happen sometime soon. Anyways, good luck and have fun.